Over the weekend, the UK government announced the most dangerous and restrictive policies on asylum seekers in the entire European continent. They announced that not only are they planning to steal jewelry from refugees to cover the costs of processing them, they plan to not allow them to achieve residency status for 20 years and will require every 2.5 years a mandatory checkup to see if they are allowed to stay in the country or not, and that the determination of when they will be deported will be decided when the UK government determines a country is a safe place, which you can imagine will have to do a lot more with politics than the actual safety of the place, as we have seen in many countries suddenly just declaring Afghanistan as a safe place to deport people to. I've made a video describing the incredibly reactionary policies of Mette Frederiksen in Denmark and how it is not a model, but I really want to break it down to you in a couple of ways. First, there is a mythology that Mette Frederiksen's government is successful, that the Social Democrats there are successful. But we need to understand that this is the literal most powerful party that country's ever had, and they are currently at one of their weakest states ever, since they have been legally allowed to be a political party in that country. Currently, Mette only polls with her Social Democratic Party at 21%. That kind of success record would be a disaster in the UK. It is also important to mention that the Danish Social Democrats are in a coalition with two further left-wing parties, meaning that when voters and members get pissed off with the Social Democrats, they usually leave and go to one of the other coalition partners, meaning that it has masked a lot of the destruction of her own party that Mette has wrought and her slowly sinking voter rolls. Mette's policies are not only dangerous and evil, but they're also disastrous. In her government, she has decided to create the ghetto law, which allows her to declare neighborhoods as too non-Western and then bulldoze their homes to resell to private developers. That is a real thing that is happening, and she has been fighting at the European Court of Justice and getting repeatedly smashed over the head by breaching, guess what, the European Convention of Human Rights. And it's not just the Convention of Human Rights that she's breaching, she is constantly breaching basic EU treaty law around the rights of people. And remember, beyond everything, the reason that we created these conventions for human rights and all of these treaties was to prevent governments from overreaching and overstepping, like Nazi Germany and many of the governments from interwar Europe. So when people like Mette Frederiksen or Giorgia Meloni or Keir Starmer or his Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood say that we need to get rid of human rights so that the government can do things, we decided a long time ago that those were things government shouldn't do because they are dangerous. Right now is the moment for British people to stand up and fight, to join political parties and trade unions to take back control of their government and their future from those who wish us to only look at an eternal and more brutal past. Fight for yourself and fight for our future together.